Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hot OTM Podcast. Today we are talking about the homeless situation in California, and it looks like everyone's sending us the homeless people since we are a welfare state. Second of all, we have the Biden administration allowing pretty much immigrant caravans to come into the United States. And lastly, we have the gun corner, where we will discuss, using a line from the left, we have sanctuary states. So stay tuned and check this out. Transmitting from sunny Southern California, capital of entertainment, beautiful ladies, and great whiskey. You're listening to the Hot OTM Podcast, where we discuss politics, guns, entertainment, music, and all the controversial topics we can find. Here are your hosts, Hector Robles and Christian Mejia. Okay, our first topic here that I would like to discuss is the great President Biden now, right? Mr. I'm going to fix fucking everything. Second day in office, and he's on vacation now for 2 days.
Wait,
so
second day or fourth day?
Oh, fourth day. I apologize. Well, basically, he hasn't even been in office for 1 week, and he's already on vacation for 2 days. Him and the vice president.
Wait. I mean, it's the weekend though, right? I mean, are you going to give him a break or?
Well, I mean, the guy's 100 years old. You obviously have to give him a break.
Okay.
All I'm saying is they were giving Trump shit for taking a golf day off, right? Mm-hmm. In the middle of his presidency. This guy gets into office, and within the first week, he's on vacation. So, well, everyone who voted, congratulations. He's your president now.
Well, he's actually our president, whether we like it or we don't.
Not my president. Now.
Well, you fucking live here in the U.S., so obviously he is. I mean, see,
I will not.
So how are we going to fix that? I mean, it's kind of like going back to the same thing, like, you know, when the Democrats were crying for 4 fucking years.
I want a divorce, bro. We can't fix this.
Okay. All right, then. Anyways, but I know you had mentioned that you wanted to talk about the homeless situation. So go ahead and fill me in on that, dude. Like,
okay, yeah.
What is this, you know?
So, I mean, we've had a homeless situation in California for a very, very long time. And to the point where all these other states kind of even laugh. They're like, yeah, you know, their homeless problem. 70% of these homeless people are actually from other states. So it's actually not Californians mostly that are the problem. It's the rest of America who sends us. They even made a South Park episode about that.
Did they? Really?
Yeah, where they were bussing in all the homeless people.
Is that right?
Yeah. They made an episode about that.
So why are people from other states coming here to California?
Because you get to live on the beach, and they don't. Well, first of all, I'll tell you this, and it's not my own words. It's the words of this lady in, I believe, Venice Beach, I think it was.
Like a city council or something?
Yeah, a city council lady who actually said this. She said, the reason we will never be able to fix this homeless problem is because California is a welfare state. And I was just like, bam, she hit it right. She hit the nail right on the head, man. That's exactly why we will not fix this, is because if you keep on feeding the pigeons are going to keep on coming. Sure. And that's essentially, I know it sounds kind of fucked up to put it in that way, but that's really what it comes down to.
But what does California, what do you mean when it's a welfare state? Explain that.
Okay. Well, if
are we talking about, like, you know, they provide them with food stamps and money?
Well, they provide them with food, shelter, all their needs. And I understand that we need to have a humanitarian situation, but the other states aren't providing any of this shit. So if the other states aren't providing it, they'll go wherever they are providing it. And California is a very socialist society. So that's why all these people are coming here. They're like, okay, it's good weather. They feed me. They give me a place to live. I could still do my drugs and do my things. So they're like, I'm showing up. I'm going to Venice Beach. And that's why you won't be able to fix this until they don't have a dollar to eat, and you don't put them in a situation where they have to get the fuck out of that situation. They're not going to fix it. And there's so much money being made off of homeless people that the corporations and all these, well, not all of them, but a lot of these politicians are making money. So they don't give a shit. They're like, nah, keep on. We'll go ahead and vote for something to help the homeless. And it's just money for the corporations to build shit and to say, oh, yeah, we're doing this for homeless people. They truthfully don't care.
So
about
basically, homeless people are, what you say, is sort of like a commodity then? Like, it's just...
Holy shit. That's a really good way to put that. They're a commodity in our society. Some fucking sad shit, but that's how they're used in our society, as a commodity to make money off of them.
Wow, man.
And again, there's no innocent people here, because a lot of these homeless people, there's different issues. Yes, there's people who've been booted out of their house and they truthfully just need a hand up, not a handout. they're like,
assistance.
Hey, just
they need help.
I need some help to get back on my feet. But then there's other people that are just drug addicts that are like, I'm never gonna fix shit and fuck it. You guys are giving me food. I'm gonna chill here and have fun. And then there's other people who are just not there. They're like psychologically, they need medical attention, and it's not a situation of helping them, because you won't be able. Well, helping them with just like food or anything like that. They need psychological help. So it's a big problem. And again, I think that the people who act like they're there to help the homeless people are really there to help themselves for money. And not all of them, I'm just saying these large corporations. I saw this video from the city council woman from Venice Beach, California. And she was saying, like, there's cheaper ways for us to fix this problem. But since the bond that was passed, I think it was like $1 billion to help the homeless situation in California, that since it specifically says that it has to go for buildings and things like that, they can't fix the problem, because the people who helped get that bond passed want their cut. They want their money. So this isn't about fixing a problem. It's people with special interests making sure that they get paid.
Going back to being a commodity then.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and again, she said this will never be fixed, because our society in California is a welfare state. So, and I don't foresee people's ideology changing anytime soon.
I mean, you do hear people saying like, "Oh, we need to fix this" and so on, But you're saying that the people's ideology will not change.
Not in California. I don't see it changing anytime soon. I mean, I would hope. I would hope it would change, but that's like.
But what is the difference between? Okay, how come the other states aren't welfare? Why is that?
I couldn't answer that. My thought on this is, if you were to charge the states for their homeless people in our state, then maybe that's how you'd fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. You don't. These people are coming to our state and they're sucking off the resources here. Mm-hmm. Not a problem. We're going to be sending you the bill. And I mean that's one way to look at it. I don't know how well it would work, but I mean, because then how do you decide that they're from that state? Maybe that's where they went to high school, I guess, maybe. I mean, you start getting into situations like that,
Very interesting, man. Very interesting and very sad, because there's just, miles of.
Yeah, dude, it's not a situation where you're like, oh, it's just that one street anymore. I mean, fucking, you go to LA, man, and it is tent city, dude. Tent city.
What happened? We had a big situation here in Anaheim also.
Yeah.
What happened with that? Did they all move to LA? Then did they all get kicked out? Because I know that the city here basically kicked them out, right? It was basically Disneyland, right?
Well, and that's what it comes down to. When you get the big players in your town to say this was what needs to happen, they basically tell the city council, and the city council says, how high would you like me to jump? Because they're the ones funding them. So I don't know exactly what happened to them. I remember going to
Angel game?
no to one of the like council meetings, like the local Anaheim council meetings, and I remember them saying that they were working on that problem, but then they just disappeared. I know that they opened up and this is the other thing too that kind of pisses me off a little bit. All these cities around here send their homeless people to Santa Ana. It's because Santa Ana is kind of like the dumping ground,
Okay.
for all of these homeless people, for the Latino community, like immigrants, anything like that. They dump them all in Santa Ana. Like Irvine doesn't want any homeless people. If you find
of course not,
if you
dude.
find the police officers will take the homeless from Irvine and drop them off in Santa Ana. It's like, wait, that's your fucking problem. But I mean, I don't live in Santa Ana
Gosh, dude.
right now, but when I was living there, it was pretty fucked up, man. You had a lot of problems, and you have all these police officers from all these different cities, fucking Fullerton and everywhere else, dropping them off in Santa Ana.
way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's over by that riverbed and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when we got that whole 8 Mile kind of fucking looking shit and down the riverbed where all these homeless encampments were at. And like, you couldn't even take a walk down the riverbed because you might get stabbed or needles on the
I
ground.
rode my bike actually once in there, and it was heartbreaking, dude. More than anything, I didn't feel scared. You know, it was just very heartbreaking.
Well, you didn't
know,
feel
to see
scared,
that.
but you're a grown ass man. I mean, imagine if you sent.
Of course, I
would
was
you
by
send
myself,
Would you
you
send
know.
your wife and your daughter to walk through there?
I don't have a wife.
Well, if you had a wife, bro, would you send your wife and your daughter to walk through there?
No, of course
Exactly.
not.
So then it wasn't safe.
You know.
That's my whole point.
Yeah, wow, man. I mean that's pretty insane though, dude. I mean, you get a bond to try to help out.
Over $1 billion, dude.
Over $1 billion.
And you still can't fix the problem. Obviously, money is not the problem here. I guess.
Well, money is the problem because they want their cut.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is like money alone isn't gonna fix this. It takes more than just money. You know, it takes people who want to actually fix the fucking
Sure.
problem.
Yeah.
And there's that city council woman, I forgot what her name is. I mean, she was like, I don't know, a perfect example of her helping her community. And it's sad, man, because you're just like, she's got her hands tied behind her back because they won't let her do what she needs to do with the money to fix the problem. Because they're like, no. We need our cut. Give us our money because we helped you pass that bond.
Wow. Pretty sad.
Well, all right. Getting back to your big brother over here, Biden.
What about that guy?
Okay. Did you hear that on the very first day in office, he killed 60,000 American jobs?
I thought it was just regarding the pipeline from Canada. I mean, that's 12,000 jobs.
No, there was another situation with where he signed another executive bill. It's not only the pipeline; it was something else.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the totaling 60,000 jobs on his first day with one stroke of his pen. And my question is this: okay, say you want to go that way and get rid of oil, right? Oil dependency. We're in the greatest depression since the Great Depression, and you're going to do that the very first day in office? Aren't you? Wouldn't you want to set up those other jobs first, and then be like, "Hey, we want to transition these people to new jobs, and we will provide training, or we'll do something else." No, just first day. Fuck these guys. I'm gonna sign this shit. 60,000 people. No more job for you in the worst economy fucking we've ever had. With lockdowns, and it's not like they could even go fucking flip burgers right now.
Fuck, dude. What's the...
I mean, congratulations to all the lefties who voted him. And on top of it, remember, and I'm just bringing these little topics up. Remember how they would refuse to condone Antifa and all their violence? They basically refused to do it until like almost till election time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Antifa has still been rioting up in, what is it?
I did see
Oregon
that
or
in
Washington?
Portland. In Portland, yeah.
Okay,
There's
and
something about that they want revenge. They don't care about Biden being the president.
they had signs that said, "We don't care about Biden. We want revenge." But you don't see it anywhere on the news. Now everything's back to normal. The news is just reporting regular news, and everything's going great. Look, now we have a black female as vice president. How great is our country? And Joe Biden's doing a great job, signing some shit about wearing masks on federal buildings, and he goes and announces it without his mask. I mean, just the hypocrisy is fucking unbelievable. And what I mean,
I thought the administration said that they were going to be very transparent.
You're joking, right? You're joking.
That's what the lady said.
Well, yeah, but that's what the lady at the Communist Party of the Democrats said.
Oh man.
And you know what I find something very positive that came out of this? Mm-hmm. That now we know that the left and the right is full of fucking traitors.
Big time.
I suspected it this whole time. I knew some people were, but this just proved to you that pretty much it doesn't matter if you vote Democrat or if you vote Republican. You're voting for the same establishment pieces of shit that are going to steal from you and your community. Like, with very few examples, like Rand Paul, and even Ted Cruz kind of stood up a little bit. So
they want him out now, right?
Yeah, and that's
people are saying that he's going to be Biden's a major pain in the ass.
Well,
do you think?
Well, the thing is, you can't have a party have everything because there's no checks and balances, And at this point, honestly, I've kind of thrown up my arms in the air and said, well, let it fucking burn now, I guess. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, because what can we as citizens really do at this point? You can go and vote. They're not going to count it. They're going to go in the machine and fucking flip it.
Yeah.
And I
don't think a lot of people trust the voting system now.
Well, a lot of people don't trust it, man. At least 75.
It was very clear.
At least 75 to 80 million people don't trust that voting system. And you know what? The Trump supporters who voted, I don't even think they wanted these people to flip the vote to Trump. They just wanted an investigation to be done to say, check it out, man. This is what we found. There, yes, there was this here. We found this, but 99% was legit. Mm-hmm. And I think that most of the people would have been okay, cool. We lost, and it is what it is, But I really honestly think that they didn't want to do that because they didn't want people to find out what was really happening. So I don't think most of America believes that our voting system. I think we pretty much all think it's just like Venezuela, or it's just like, name your South American country.
Going back to that pipeline, they didn't even bother talking to the Canadians, right, about it. They just said it's out.
They don't give a shit, man. They don't want to talk anything. No, they're in power. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. They're gonna go towards their green New Deal. They're gonna enroll us back into basically the New World Order kind of direction. I think that Trump was getting us away from that to be self-sufficient, for all of us to be like America, to be able to not have to depend on all these other countries. And these guys, the Biden administration because I don't even think Biden knows what he's doing, man. I think he's pretty delusional. Like, he probably has mad dementia at this point. Like, I think it's camel toe running the show. And I think they just have him on there. Okay, just sign this. Give him his little stack of shit to sign. And I really don't think he's fully there. That's kind of my opinion, just from seeing the footage that they allow us to see. So I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. It's a little heartbreaking, to be honest with you, to report stuff like this. But, I mean, what can we do, Just prepare yourself, because this shit's going to burn down. Because they keep on printing money. And that's what
I noticed that they're going to start printing even more money. Hey, but one of the things I also wanted to ask you, I'm just kind of like listening, like little stories here and there and stuff, but I'm not, I haven't been able to follow through.
Uh-huh.
The stimulus check, right?
Yeah. What about it?
I heard that he's not going to do that until mid-March. Have you heard something like that?
The only thing I heard about the stimulus check is that I want to say the congressman of Ohio was throwing the idea that you couldn't get your next stimulus check unless you got vaccinated. That's the only thing that I heard about that, but they haven't put a time frame on it. The one thing though is that our solution can't be to print more money, man. Our solution needs to be more jobs.
It's not even. No, it's not about that. The fact is that he mentioned that he wanted to help. But how is that helping? If it's going to be pushing.
It's devaluating the currency. What we need to do is we need to open up and have people work for their own shit. Like, I mean.
No, I understand that. My question is like, he mentioned that he wanted to help the people. People need money to get through these times.
Okay.
But now it was supposed to be a $2,000 check. Now they're saying $1,400 because you already got $600, but you're going to get it in March, mid-March. The money's already been printed. I mean, whatever the situation is, but it's like, why is he keep fucking with people and delaying these things? That's the issue I have.
I have no idea why they're delaying the free money giveaway. Maybe they don't want to scare certain investors or something. It probably has to do.
Okay. Well, part of it was they said that, I don't know, I'm going to do a little bit more research on it, but I did hear because of the caravan, the people that are coming into the caravan.
They want to wait for them?
They want to go ahead and put money aside for whatever they need or something like that.
Man, oh my God, you've got me fucking started on this whole caravan and the immigrant situation. God damn it. Why'd you get me on this road?
Well, I mean, you just wanted to talk about it. Like, I mean, that's what they said. That's basically what I heard.
Yeah. How do you feel about Biden wanting to legalize everyone who's an illegal immigrant?
Look, being as an immigrant, of course, dude, it's a blessing, okay? But I think you need to worry and you need to take care of your own people first. I understand it's sort of like being a good humanitarian, but not in this case, dude. We are fucked in here, dude. And this, it's going to basically create animosity. It's going to create a lot of hate. It's like, they're saying peace, love, and all of this, unity and all of this kind of stuff, right? But when you take something from someone and you give it to somebody else, you don't create peace. You need, unless you balance things out. Sure, okay. If you want to do that, help the American people. This is your priority. Give them money and give them jobs. You want to help people from other countries? Go ahead, but you need to take care of everybody here first. Now, maybe I'm biased because, I'm an immigrant, okay?
But how are you biased? You're saying to actually take care of the American people first.
Because people will say, you just can't give away, amnesty or citizenship to everybody else, right? So that's why. But the number one thing, I think even before anything, dude, is taking care of the American people and the country first.
So you kind of see like the airplane thing, like where when you're in an airplane, they drop the little bag and say, make sure you place that bag in your face first before you help someone else. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Well, basically.
Yeah, to make sure that you don't fucking die while you're trying to help someone else.
Exactly. Because then, that
makes a lot of sense.
Again, dude, it's just going to create a lot of chaos because, people will come in. Okay, you grant this people, you bring them in here.
We're on lockdowns. Where are they going to work?
Where are they going to work? Right? Now, you're jumping in,
So now it's an additional drain on society because they can't
and
work.
And on the economy as well.
No, I agree, man. And, a lot of these people, I obviously, our family immigrated here too. But I completely agree with you. I think immigration is a great thing, But stuff's got to get vetted, man. You can't just let thousands of people come in and just be like, okay, go for it. I mean, I know that this is something that Trump said, that other countries don't send us their best. But in this situation, you have to vet them to make sure, because how many drug dealers and bad people do you think are in those caravans? I mean, a bunch of women have gotten raped and all kinds of shit. So shit like that is in there. I mean, just by default, there's going to be a certain percentage of people that you don't want in your country.
You have your bad people in there. And I would say probably drug dealers, maybe not, because the drug dealers, they already got their shit, dude. You know,
they already got their money in
they
their
already
country.
have money, dude. They don't need to come here, dude.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I know, just thugs.
Yeah,
basically,
thugs,
it's just thugs, dude.
Like I remember, and then a lot of people say, well, these people just want to come here and work. But going back to your point, if we're on lockdowns, even if they do want to work, and they are right about that, they can't, because it's fucking locked down. So now it's a drain on our economy and our society, and now kind of almost like the homeless situation. Like, we've become a welfare country, and who doesn't want free shit? So you're just going to be attracting those types of people to come in. The other thing too is something that I noticed, and it was fucking funny as shit. I saw this on Spanish TV. When there was caravans coming up when Trump was here, they were in TJ, and one of the caravan ladies had her daughters with her, and she's like, all I want is for my kids to get operated. That's it. That's all I want. And I was just
operated.
Apparently, like, her kids had some sort of problem. I don't know exactly what it was, but she's like, all I want is for my kids to get operated, and then I'll leave. And I was just like, that's exactly why we want to vet people, because we don't want to, I mean, basically what she's saying is, I just want to come to your house, eat all your food, and leave you the fucking bill and walk out. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, man. You can't fucking show up to a country, and even if that's your fucking angle, you can't be telling the fucking reporters that. All I want you guys to do is operate my kid, and then I'll go back to my own country. That's not, I'm being persecuted, or I don't like my standard of living, like I'm in complete poverty. No. I want you guys to operate my child, fix everything, and then I'll head back. I mean, that's sucking on the tit of our fucking country.
It's a desperate parent, man. I mean, like,
I couldn't believe that she said that to the reporter. And then you had that other Central American lady, where she wouldn't, like, the Mexican people in TJ were giving them like beans and rice and just typical staples of Mexican cuisine, you know? And she's like, I don't eat this. This is for pigs. And I was just like, dude, holy fuck. You're coming to another country. They're kind enough to give you food so you don't fucking die. And you're spitting on their food and throwing it away and saying, I don't eat beans. Like, this is for pigs. So that's the type of people that are caravanning up here.
But I mean, dude, it's like almost everyone in Central America eats beans. Dude.
That's why. She was like, no.
And they're so fucking delicious, by the way, dude.
To me, it was just fucking unbelievable, dude. Like, all these people, and I'm like, this is why you have to vet certain people, because you don't want them to come here. And that same lady who said that, they ended up letting her in, and she committed some sort of crime, so they sent her back shortly after that. And it's just like, that's why you have to vet these people, because then it just becomes a fucking problem. But if you say that to anybody about immigration, they get all pissed off at you. And I do think that there are certain things where it could be a win-win situation. Mm-hmm. Like certain things where like picking fruits and vegetables. Okay, most Americans don't want to do that job. There's a lot of immigrants who are willing to do that job. So what's the fucking problem? Why can't we fix this and say, okay, we let these guys in, they come, they do the work that they want to do, they get paid, and let them go back to their countries. Like, a lot of people, that's all they don't even want to be here. They just want to be able to get some capital to have a decent standard of living in their own country. And I'm telling you that because a lot of Mexican people are like that. They're like, if you talk to them, they'll say, I never wanted to stay in this country. I just wanted to come get some money so I could build my house and I can start a small business, or I could do something in Mexico. But then they end up staying here. They end up having a family, and before you know it, they're living here. Back in the 40s, they had the Bracero program where they would let people come in, do their work, and head back to their own country, which was great, but they basically fucked them over. I'm telling you, because my grandfather was part of that. Mm-hmm. And Bank of America had a situation where they stole their money. They were putting some of their money away aside, and Bank of America ended up stealing these people's money. So I'm just saying that we could do a program, something like that, but obviously, fix this shit. So everyone's happy. Americans are happy because we get that labor taken care of. The whatever community comes in is happy because they get that taken care of and they get money, and everyone's happy. It's a win-win situation. So I don't see what the problem is. A lot of these people don't even want to be U.S. citizens. They just want to come, make some money, and head back. And Americans don't want to do those jobs. So what's the problem? I don't understand this, man. It just freaking blows my mind. But
well, I mean, people do get adjusted to it. It's they see that they have more opportunities here than their own country, so they end up staying. And not everybody's gonna want to come in here just to work and leave. They want to start a life here, also.
Well, some people might, some people might not. But like, we could set programs up like that for the people who like that farm work. It's a necessity. I mean, I think with the pandemic, it was proven that that's an essential job that has to be done. And a lot of Americans aren't doing that or aren't willing to do that job. Some of them might. I mean, maybe like 2% maybe. But most
There's
of them...
There's a percentage of them, because they still like the farming. They like all of that.
I'm not saying they're not, but I'm just saying most of the farm work is done by immigrant farmhands. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't understand why we can't just fix that problem, since I think both sides would want that problem to be fixed. With that, we'll go ahead and leave that. I do have the next topic is just our gun corner here real quick. All right, so with the gun corner, now we have, how, and this is taking a page straight out of the left, which I thought was fucking brilliant, to be honest with you. You know how there's sanctuary states for immigrants, where the police and ICE won't arrest anybody for being an illegal immigrant in the United States? Okay. So the gun communities have decided to start, or should I say the gun favorable states, not even gun favorable, the liberty states are saying that they're going to make their state a sanctuary state. So
can they do that?
Yeah, I mean, the state constitution, they can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, it's kind of like weed. Remember here in California how the federal government said weed was illegal? I think it's still considered illegal through the federal government. But California legalized it. So basically, unless you get arrested by a federal agent, the cops and everyone just says, fuck it, we're not going to arrest you for that. So I think the same thing's going to happen with the gun community. Texas already is pushing to be sanctuary state for gun owners. So even if the federal government says these guns are illegal, or this capacity of magazine is illegal, they're basically telling them, go fuck yourself. That's what they're saying. So, which I thought was fucking great, because I'm like, you know what? States are finally standing up and saying, fuck you guys, we're not going to do what you tell us. Isn't that Rage Against the Machine?
That is. Oh man. Yeah, that's cool. That's actually really good.
Think Arizona
you
well.
were right. You were right about the NRA last time. They have filed for Chapter 11, which is not bankruptcy. They're just holding off until they get situated, and then they can pay their vendors
and then they're going to reincorporate, right?
And they're going to go ahead and move to Texas.
Yeah. I know that they're having some legal issues with that, but they're trying to do that. I think it's after 100 years in New York, man. They're calling it. Is it over 100 years?
Yeah.
And they're calling it quits. I never actually donated to the National Rifle Association.
Well, because you're going to get a Chinese
Chinese duffel bag. No, I just never did, because I did feel that they were mismanaging their funds from what I was able to decipher and read and stuff like that. There's other organizations here in California that do also provide Second Amendment rights, and I do donate to them. So, I mean, I would just suggest, if anybody does donate to your local gun association, which would probably help you locally a lot more than just the National Rifle Association, until they reincorporate in Texas, and then maybe reevaluate at that point to see what they're doing. But
Okay.
Long live the Republic.
All right, man. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and
All right.
wrap it up then, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. We appreciate it. It's beautiful. As you guys can see in the back, it's a little rainy here in Southern California today. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a great night. Anything you have to say, Chris, before we let these lovely people go?
No, just stay healthy.
All right. You guys have a good night, and we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. If you would like to donate, please join us on Subscribestar. Thank you again from all of us here at the OTM Podcast, and you have a great night.